I leave you the script for the public
Yeah,
hearing?
yep,
Okay.
thank you.
No, we can do it at 6. It's just a typo.
Look at your time that he put on the agenda. It's 6:05.
I actually overestimated the time for the public hearing. Like,
Yeah.
they're usually like.
Usually, yeah, exactly right, yep.
Yeah.
Listen, you're not gonna live it down.
But I thought it would be like, I thought it would be offensive if like you scheduled 1 minute for a
Right,
public hearing.
yeah.
I've been calling and we're gonna look at it right
TikTok Clarice, ready for
All right, I have to talk about
All
the
right.
order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming tonight. We will go ahead and do roll call. Doug?
Here.
Michelle? Here. Roger?
Here.
Megan? Here. Sarah? Here. Motion to approve the agenda as presented or amended?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? Now we'll go to vote. Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to number 4, public hearing on proposed sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement. Next on the agenda is a public hearing regarding the City of Strawberry Point's proposal to enter into a sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement with the Iowa Finance Authority in a principal amount not to exceed $100,000 for planning and design work related to improvements and extensions to the city's municipal sanitary sewer system. This proposed agreement would allow the city to access funds through the state revolving fund program to cover engineering and design costs for future sewer system improvements. At this time, I will open the public hearing at 6:01. If anyone wishes to speak regarding the proposed sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement or the issuance of the sewer revenue planning and design project note, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. For closing the hearing, I'll ask the city administrator, have any written objections been received or filed with the city regarding this proposal?
No, there have been no objections.
No further questions or comments? We'll close the public hearing at 6:02. All right, move on to the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda, but changing the, no, to March 4th.
Yeah.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve the consent agenda with the change of March 1st to March 4th. Any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan? Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Updates and presentations with city administrator.
Great, thank you. I've got a few. First, the Bard is going to, not Bard, Clazer is going to be installing the cardboard recycling bin. We kind of landed on the back wall of City Hall so that the commercial tenants over here can, use it. This will be free for all community members to put their cardboard recycling. There will be signage there saying just cardboard in here, nothing else. We'll do a Facebook, newspaper, and a website education on it as well so that people know what it is, why it's there, and what they can and can't put in there. Next, Bard submitted their construction plan for the newly annexed site out there west of town. It was a very complete site plan. We had a review, Bard, Eric, and myself. Everything looks really good. They plan on starting grading work in April, so early April, so that's moving along pretty quickly. The pool committee met at a really productive meeting. Lifeguard hiring is going pretty well. Most of the kids are coming back and doing it this year. There will be some new hires, and the pool committee has landed on the same management as last year, so it'll be pretty cohesive. Some of the upgrades that are being planned for the bathroom, we're starting to talk about what we're going to do in there, the new fixtures, so on and so forth. So those are in the early planning stages. I think probably by the next meeting we'll have something to show you with a budget that is scheduled, that is budgeted for in this fiscal year already. So we want to get moving on that pretty quickly.
Did they apply for any grants last season?
Did they apply for the bathrooms? No.
Or just for projects going forward? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So the next one is the shade structure on the east side of the building, that big cement open area. So we did budget for about $50,000 in upgrades, which would include the sunshade. That's coming in at around $25,000 to $30,000 for a pretty big, very heavy-duty, nice shade structure. They have applied for a grant there, so we would like to get some of that grant money in, but regardless, in the budget for next year that you guys have put forth, it's in there as well. So I think we'll do the project regardless, but we're really going to go after that grant money. And then I met with Iwalu. I remember they mentioned wanting to do a mural project. We met down at the pool. We thought that was probably the best place to do a mural. Iwalu, with our permission from last meeting, is going to apply for a grant, but they also said whether the grant comes in or not, they're likely to fund it regardless. So they're going to start talking about some concepts for the mural, and they'll give us something when they have it. And then last on the updates, because of the generosity of the Fire Association, we have a new truck. That means we have an old truck. So we're going to begin the public process of selling the old truck. Just as a reminder, that will take a resolution for us with an intent to sell public property. Then we'll have to have a public hearing on the selling of that public property, at which time we'll decide how we're going to sell it, whether it's sealed bid or give it to an auction house or, whatever. So we'll have recommendations on that in the next council meeting. So that's it for my updates. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Now we'll move to new business number 9, motion to set public hearing on the proposed property tax levy for fiscal year 26-27 for April 1st, 2026 at 6 p.m. and direct the city administrator to publish the required notice.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Great. So this will have to be a separate hearing. So unlike today's public hearing that was incorporated into the meeting, the property tax levy has to be a separate meeting altogether. We'll do it in the same night, but we'll start with that one and then have the city council meeting immediately following. And then you will see in your packet there is the one sheet that has to get published in the newspaper, and this is basically the property tax information sheet that the public will get.
Any questions? Now we'll go to vote. Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Number 10, resolution 2617, approving the installation of a hitching post at the city library.
So moved. Second.
All right, motion and a second.
Great, thank you. So as you'll see in the packet, there's a map. We've recently remembered that the city owns this lot across the half circle drive from the library and civic center property, and so we're proposing that we put the hitching post there. That will allow them safe ingress and egress. It will not take up a vehicle parking spot, and we'll put the hitching post there. And the hitching post will also have a sign citing the city code that you have to pick up after your animals. If we do it there, we'll also have some educational materials at the library, some printouts, so that when people that are using horse and buggy come to visit, they'll know what the law is and what the consequences are for leaving horse poop there. So, and it's a nice big lot, very easy to get in and out of.
So which direction will the hitching post be built so the buggies are on the north side?
On the north side of the property?
The driveway goes through there. There's a big utility pole right there in the corner.
Yeah, I was gonna put it like just north of that utility pole right there, just off of the paved section.
Okay. Where the big pile of snow is right there?
Yeah, it'd be to this side where we left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should keep them off of the roadway.
Yeah, it's close to the library, it's out of the way, it should be safe. It's really the only place that we could really safely put it, so.
Is there a resolution? I don't see a resolution in our packet. Do I not have it?
It was right before that.
Oh, I just took care of it. There it is. Thanks. I'll just over to mine. All right, any other questions? Not, we'll go to vote. Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And 11, Resolution 2618, approving technology upgrades for city emergency siren system.
Motion?
Second.
Motion and second.
Great, so this is the culmination of what we've been talking about over the last couple of meetings. In your packet, you have the proposal for the technology needed. We've sort of landed on once a day for the siren for 5 to 10 seconds at noon, weekends off, and in the packet, like I said, is the needed technology for that. If there's any questions, we can answer them, but it's pretty exactly what we talked about last meeting.
What fund does this come out of? Or
Did I put it in the, I don't know if it's in the, I haven't put it in the resolution, so I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure that out. We don't have to put it in the resolution. It may come out of a couple of different budgets, just depending on where the money sits. So some of it may come out of public safety, some of it may come out of equipment repair for the city. We'll figure that out, and I can issue a memo after the fact. Unless it wants to come out of the mayor's fund.
there's nothing there.
When will this start?
Sooner rather than later. Jason, do you have a time frame on
as quick as you can get it approved and you can get it going over.
Okay.
2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks, okay. 2 to 3 weeks.
And will we put a notification out that,
Oh, yes, we plan to not startle people.
put a warning for the warning?
We're gonna tell them what we're gonna tell them, and then we're gonna tell them, exactly. Yeah, no, we wanna make sure that everybody's well aware that there might even be some testing around getting it back up and running regularly, and then what the new schedule is, and kind of what to expect. So, again, we'll use Facebook, we'll put an ad in the newspaper, some sort of notification, and any other communication tools, website, so on and so forth. Perfect. Yeah.
Any other questions? Not, we'll go to vote. Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Number 12, Resolution 2619, approving equipment purchase for the city fire department.
Make motion.
Second.
Super. Jason, can you give a quick update on what this equipment is and what?
This is basically 30 chunks of hose to replace our 1.5 inch that we currently have. About every time we have a call, we have one that springs a leak, just basically get dry rotted, and it's time to start replacing. So we just got done replacing all our 2.5 inch, so we figured we'd start on this.
Yeah, and on this one, it has a specific account that it comes out of the fire department's capital outlay fund.
How long does the fire hose last?
To be honest, I'd have to look at my records to see how old this hose is. Because I know we purchased some when we got the aerial, but, most of the ones that are getting bad are the white ones and the yellow ones. And we've had them since I've been on, as far as I know. So, I can look back at the records and tell you which.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't give you an honest answer.
Will these come painted already?
They will, yeah, they'll be different colors. I wanna try to match up to where I've got a count on every hose on what color we need. So I'd like to get it to where I can replace the same hose color on each individual truck and have spares for that same color in the truck. So that's kind of where we're headed to kind of simplify things. So if somebody yells at me they need pressure on a white hose, we know which one it is, and then we can, if we need to go longer, we can break out more white hose or more yellow hose or blue hose or whatever.
And each color's a different diameter?
No, 90% of well, I shouldn't say that. About half of our 2.5 is yellow and white. Most of the 1.5 is what we use for attack lines. Are any color from green, yellow, orange, blue, white. So I mean red. So I mean it's just kind of a
Hodgepodge.
yeah. So if we can keep them separated off of like put the red and yellow on one truck and the green and orange on another truck, you can kind of pick it out quicker too.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Number 13, Resolution 2620, taking additional action with respect to a sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement and authorizing, approving, and securing the payment of a $100,000 sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement anticipation project note, IFA interim loan and disbursement agreement.
So moved. Second.
All right, motion and second.
Great, so this is the last step for this revolving loan fund from the state to do our investigation work with the flooding in the sewer system. So this is a very specific resolution written by our bond counsel, which is required by the state to get the loan. So all the details are in the resolution, and once we submit this and the specific minutes from the hearing, then we should be like a week or two away from getting funding for this project. And so we want to do it as early as possible, so I want to get it scheduled.
So do we have a plan, do we have a set plan on how we're gonna attack this problem with this money?
Yes. Eric, do you want to come up and kind of walk us through what the plan is for this money?
So basically, we'll start with Cameron. That's going to be the first step we're going to take. And then from there, we should be able to kind of figure out where the really bad spots are, and then probably switch to smoke or even more cammering at that point. But the camera's going to be the major part of this. And we're doing the entire town, so I guess it really doesn't matter where we start.
Okay.
We'll just start a section and just go till we're done.
Yeah, but this is going to give us a map of the entire system. It's going to give us video evidence of areas that need the improvement. It's going to give us evidence of any illegal hookups that might be going into that system that the camera can see. So there's a lot of value other than just investigating, this one issue that's ongoing. This could identify other long-term issues, and we're hoping to, again, to understand what the entire map looks like, understand what the infrastructure looks like from the inside, and help us to better plan infrastructure repairs for the next 5 to 10 years.
What does their time frame look like for scheduling?
I haven't talked to them yet this spring, but
I know we talked about doing it last fall, and obviously that got away from us, so.
I talked to them probably a couple months ago, and at that time, they were able to come in.
Pretty.
You don't want to do it when it's really wet. We want the water table to go down, because the pipe's full of water, you can see it.
Right.
So we want, so we're probably looking
Couple of
in
months.
April, May, somewhere in there, depending on how wet it is.
Is this one you're talking about, there'll be like the GIS layer on Beacon or?
Well, so basically, the county is gonna allow us to put a GIS layer.
Yep.
The information that we gather there, from the videos, we'll be able to create a GIS layer from it.
Yep.
That's a massive project. I'm learning
Yeah.
the GIS software
Yep.
as we go, so it's kind of a work in progress, as Ted Lasso would say. But, so ultimately, we'll be able to have a sewer system GIS layer that we can click on and off, and from there take notes. I know that we talked with the company, and they're, they'll have coordinates on every issue. We can take that video evidence and store it with the coordinates. It's pretty cool, and, I think that, like I said, it's a big project. It's very expensive, but I pretty firmly believe that we're gonna get a lot of value out of it, other than just diagnosing what this problem is.
Mhm.
So, I'd like to try to get as much value out of it as possible.
Yep.
Obviously, it's very pricey.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions?
So you mentioned that you're waiting for the water table to go down so that the sewer pipes are not full of water.
Mhm.
Are they supposed to be segregated from the groundwater, or?
They're supposed to be. That's the
That's the
problem.
problem.
That's what we're trying to find,
So,
Mhm.
will you be able to find that when there's no water table there?
Well, we don't want it completely, it'll never be completely dry, but if that pipe's completely full of water, that's all you're gonna see in the camera is just water. You're not gonna see like water coming in on cracks.
Because you don't see currents or.
Yeah, it's just a lot easier. Like our flows now are like, 3 or 4 times what they should be, which is the snow, melt, and rain.
Mhm.
That's all groundwater.
Yeah. The other thing too is we'll still have to have a resolution to do this work, so we could have the company come in and answer technical questions. They were here once before, answered the questions. I'm sure they'd be happy to come and do it again. So we'll have to bring forth a resolution, and that resolution will have the agreement, what it is exactly they're going to be doing, and so on and so forth. So we'll get a good bite at that apple when that time comes.
Any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Michelle?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Thank you. Number 14, Resolution 2621, converting the ambulance director position from part-time to full-time and implementing a paid on-call schedule, establishing compensation for both, and confirming the duties and responsibilities in the employment agreement.
Make motion.
All right, motion and second.
Great, so this is the culmination of the transition of our ambulance from a part-time service to a full-time service. You'll see there's a lot of details in the resolution about it. This is basically bringing our part-time director to full-time. We published a job posting, went out to the public. We had 7 responses. Had a good number of clicks. That was run on LinkedIn, and it was run on our website, and it was run on Indeed.com. So we did get some candidates. 2 of the candidates backed out because they didn't realize that it was in rural Iowa and they lived on opposite coasts. A couple of candidates were good EMS and paramedic qualified, but without any management or business experience whatsoever. And one candidate was just not able to make the transition in the amount of time that we were looking at it, and it would require a move, and what we were offering wasn't going to make that happen. So, and then obviously none of them none of them can compete with what we already have, who's sitting right over here, so it's awkward to talk about it. But yeah, it's the long and short of it is our current director gets my recommendation to make this transition, and then you'll see in the resolution, and you'll see in the job description, and you'll see in the employment agreement, like there are very specific benchmarks that we have to make. There's very specific reporting, so we'll be able to track the progress and the efficacy of these efforts of taking the full-time director and doing a paid on-call schedule, and we should be able to track from where we are now to hitting our benchmarks. And if all goes as planned, we'll be a shining light in an otherwise bleak landscape of ambulance services in Iowa.
I know I spoke to a regional medical paramedic that lives in town who would be interested in doing the paid on call, so.
That's great.
If there's people interested, they just.
Yeah, I mean, that was Tony's thesis all along, is once we have a formal paid on-call schedule, that hopefully people will come out of the woodwork and take up those call hours and inspire other people to show up. So we'll see, like, we'll put it out there, and I have high hopes, fingers crossed, but cautiously optimistic.
Well, and hopefully just some consistency will help too, you know, people feel more comfortable committing to something that's
Yeah.
more of a permanent thing.
Yeah, agreed.
So one thing that I have worked on since the last time we've all met is I worked with the state of Iowa and Northeast Iowa Community College. I didn't think it would be possible for us to actually host an EMT class here in Strawberry Point. I thought I had to have that endorsement myself, but I do not. As long as I'm not the lead instructor, I can teach 50% of the class as long as she teaches the other 51-49%. So we have already started talking about possibly putting on a class right here in Strawberry Point. It will be a very, very rapid class. We're hoping to utilize the time when school is not in session to capture juniors, seniors, school teachers, that type of stuff that don't have summer jobs that could benefit from a little extra income. If we do that, we're looking at a 6-week completion, which means we could have up to 8 certified EMTs before the end of July.
That'd be great.
So, fingers crossed, between the school fair going on. I've already got a few people that have committed.
What is the age limit for it again?
They have to be a junior, senior in high school. They cannot test out until they have completed high school.
Okay.
So they can go through, they can complete the entire program.
Sure.
And then the day after they graduate, they can actually go take the national.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
And you'll see in the I'm sorry, go ahead.
What will a full staff look like here in Strawberry Point? How many people do you need? How many people are you anticipating? What will that look like when we're up and running and have everything covered?
You want my year projection or my now projection?
Just what would be ideal? What would be ideal for our community and for our surrounding area?
In an ideal world, if we move this 100% to paid on call, like paid full-time service, not the hybrid that Dino and I are currently creating, you're looking at probably 4 or 5 medics, EMT providers that are available 24/7, and then just main drivers. So, I mean, right now we're operating with 3 of us for providers, 2 backup cops, and, you know, we're doing the best that we can with what we have. Having a full-time director here for the daytime hours, that's going to take a huge chunk out of that, but, you know, otherwise you're looking for 2 to 3 evenings and weekends to cover that. And nobody's going to probably want to do a full 24-hour shift, so you really got to look at, do we want to split this up into 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts, like typical EMS services? Do we want to keep it fluid? You know, if Emily's available from 4 p.m. tonight through midnight, you know, we've got to pick up that midnight to 6 a.m., you know. So it'll be a work in progress. I'd say you're going to need at least 2 to 3 more providers full time.
Okay. Do drivers have to go through any training?
Nope. All they have to do is know how to stop a bleed and do CPR, and I can train them for 6 months for that.
I took weeks to BLS recently. I was telling me I should now become.
You're ready to go.
No, thankfully Iowa doesn't have the requirements like Minnesota and Wisconsin do. That says they have to have 2 EMTs and a driver. In an ideal world, yeah.
Can you clarify for me, maybe it's in there, but does the driver get the on-call time too, or is it just the EMT? Driver does too?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the only way to guarantee that
Yep.
somebody's going to show up.
Yep.
Yeah.
With that being said, I have had a couple of people that have come to me that they have full-time jobs, they still want to be part of the service, whether it be driver or going on to be EMT, but they want to do it strictly from the volunteer perspective.
Oh, okay.
And I told them, I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, however, please know if I have somebody who is on call, that's getting paid to take a call.
Yeah.
And you show up to the station unannounced, you're the one going home.
Yeah, yep,
That's the only fair way to do this,
Yeah.
in my perspective.
yep. Okay, any other questions, comments? If not, we'll go to vote. Roger?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations. All right, on to other business.
No other business.
Make motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right, let me shut the